Then she's on a dating app and she starts scrolling
Tinder.
and scrolling and scrolling and she comes across
Girl,
a
she was like one. He's like, this is a wildebeest.
and he did it like a wildebeest. Sorry, brother, but they did that good.
Hey everybody, what up though?
What up, though? And we gonna say a extra what up, though, because what up, though? What are we reviewing this time?
Oh, Diarra from Detroit.
And so, what up, though, Diarra girl? What up, though?
What up, though? All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Clink.
Yes,
the recap, and I have a nice. They're not paying me for this. I normally I don't give out a shout out, but I got a nice wine from Trader Joe. Has some good wines, y'all, and this is like a limited edition. It smells so good.
And you will be getting some more information about wine tastings from Cam and Kay because we like our drink. We like wine.
We do. So, again, thank you for stopping by Clink with Cam and Kay. This is
Cam.
And I'm Kay. We are your hosts.
Yes.
And
then she's on a dating app and she starts scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and she comes across.
Girl, she was like one. He's like, this is a wildebeest.
And he did it like a wildebeest. Sorry, brother, but they did that good.
So we are reviewing a great show.
Yes.
From Detroit's own. Hello,
Diarra from Detroit.
Diarra Kilpatrick. Yes, she is related to Kwame. That is his half sister because she looked just like their damn daddy.
Shout out Kwame. He ain't do nothing wrong. Leave Kwame alone. Like, I'm so excited to be doing this.
This is a great show, y'all.
Just to hear a sister girl from Detroit, and we are all about the sister empowerment. And then for her to also be like a filmmaker, and that's something that we are doing in our lives as well. We are behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. We're writing, we're doing all kinds of stuff. So to see another sister doing
support
what we do,
her work too.
Yes.
So Diarra from Detroit, it streams on BET Plus. Okay. And just a little synopsis. So Diarra from Detroit is an American mystery. They classify as a dark comedy. It is. It's a dramedy. Okay.
It's a mixture.
A TV series created by, it is a mixture, Diarra Kilpatrick, and executive produced by Diarra and Kenya Barris. You know, Kenya Barris does he did Blackish and all of that. So she hooked up with a good producer.
Yeah.
Because Kenya brings the hits. Yeah. So this series stars Kilpatrick as a divorced school teacher who believes that she has been ghosted by her rebound Tinder date. Her search for the missing man pulls her into old mystery involving the Detroit underworld, and it stars, of course, Diarra Kilpatrick.
Yes,
that fine ass Morris Chestnut as her husband.
Hi, Morris, how are you?
Swa. Dominique Perry with her funny self. I love her. If you remember, she was in Insecure. She was Lawrence's rebound after Issa broke up.
Yes, and on this show, her name is Asha.
And we have Claudia Logan. She plays Moni.
I really like her character.
Oh, I love Moni.
Moni is keep it real.
Love her. Okay. And then we have Shannon Wallace. He plays Mr. T. That's TEA.
And boy, because he brings the tea. I just thought that was so cute.
And we have John Chafin with his fine self. He plays Danger.
Yeah. Danger! Get on the floor.
And Felicia Rashad. Yes. Okay.
Felicia.
So you want to open this up?
I just want to say I love this show. This is my first time watching it, but like I said, just the cinematography, her wardrobe is kind of like it's just so authentic to Detroit, and I'm so excited about that because authenticity is just so important.
Even though the majority was filmed in New Jersey, but they have like some exterior shots and stuff from Detroit.
Girl, that's what makes it called movie magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because we make it look like we want it to look
Hello,
because we're telling our
hello.
story. But girl, you gotta
It was great though.
you gotta go where that budget at too and do what you can
You
do.
do.
So girl,
We don't have the tax breaks like we used to.
kudos.
So
Right,
yeah, we
you
gotta do
gotta
what you
do it
gotta
how
do.
you gotta
Okay.
do it. However, okay.
However,
So
okay.
the opening scene is a carpet, a bloodstained carpet, with a person sitting in a chair, which appears to be a dagger in their chest.
Mm-hmm. And on the TV, is they're showing case files. You know, like one of those mystery
Yeah,
TV shows, like what happened to such and such. So playing on the TV
like a flashback.
is
Talk
is telling about the disappearance of
Deontay Brooks.
Deontay Brooks in 1995, and she got that from a real life case that was here in Detroit, Dewan Sims. So for those of us who live in Michigan know about Dewan Sims, he was abducted or missing from a Target in an old mall, Wonderland in Livonia. It's a suburb of Detroit, and they have yet to find
Not
him.
to this day.
That was in
So,
'95 on my birthday.
oh wow.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
So I love the fact that she brought art imitates life,
Mm-hmm.
and she is bringing some, a twist to the reality there. So I love the fact that it's I love the way that she did. It's very ingenious. I love the way she starts off with the narration, and you hear her talking about the things that are going on. And you see the burning car in the background. You see her setting us up for the mystery of the shed, and she has the key to the shed in her hand, but she doesn't quite open the shed yet. And she's really trying to like piece together in her mind what's going on.
Right. So when she went to the shed, that's all we saw. It flashes back to 1 month ago.
Right. And then she says how she's suffering from insomnia.
Yeah. So we see Diarra. She's sitting in her car. This is when it flashes back. She's sitting in her car in front of a restaurant. Right. She's looking at her husband
Inside.
walking in with another woman. And she does go up to the window and she sees, them laughing and carrying on.
Engaging like two people in love.
Yeah, so that's why she has insomnia, because, she's going through a divorce, with her husband.
She can't eat, she can't sleep, she can't do too much of anything. Y'all know how it is when you go through a breakup.
Yeah.
Yes. Then they show her a home. They don't say where she is. They just show her waking up in the middle of the night and it's a gun pointed to the back of her head.
She heard a noise, right? So she got up. And this was so funny because I had to write it down. She said her insomnia turned her into a white woman from a horror movie because she got up in the middle of the night without a pistol and she was investigating the noise she heard. So when she was going down she was looking, and again she was in the dark. I'm like, how don't you just turn on the light?
Because when you're at home, you don't always turn on the light. So that it kind of made it make sense when she said it was, when it comes out later that it's her and she's at her mom's house.
Yeah.
So then she gets robbed at gunpoint. We find that her mother is snowbirding in Florida, and the robber has allergies, so he starts hacking and coughing and sucking and sniffing and carrying on. And one thing about it is that when we know somebody, and we never forget who they are.
Right.
And so she instantly calls out his name, Danger.
Danger
Johnson. Is that you?
She was like, nigga, you had me so scared.
Right.
And he had his stepson with him.
And so then she kind of forgets that it's a robbery. And then he's like, we were casing the joint, but we thought that this was some gentrification. We thought
right.
He said, I didn't know your mama owned house.
Right. He's like, I didn't know she still had it.
And
oh my God.
The funniest part is they sit down and start eating and catching up like
cake. Yeah.
Ain't nothing going on. Like they sit down and catch up, and she tells him that she's been going through it for the last 3 months.
She was telling him all her business. He was like, okay.
You need to go to therapy.
Because he was looking around, because her kitchen was dirty. Her house was dirty. She had all kind of takeout stuff on the counter.
You know how it is when you get depressed. You just eating and going, just surviving.
Yeah, and that's when he told her she needs to go to therapy. She was like, I know a nigga who robbing ain't
Right.
telling me. She's like, if she can't get you to
Start
stop robbing,
robbing. And he's like, what? She got to
how's
get
she gonna
paid
pay?
too. But she got to get paid too. So, Lord Jesus, that's so random. So she says she wants, how's she going to take some advice from a criminal, basically?
Right. So then the next thing, Diarra, I'm gonna call her D from now on. D is we did that. So D is talking to her friend, right? So they are at a event at work, right? And
that was the funniest thing in the world because that was so realistic. It was
the conversation.
Yes, it was a cop telling boring advice about different things.
If you see something, say something,
say
like that type of
something,
presentation they doing to the
snitch,
kid, right?
and the kids are so not engaged.
Right. So D is talking to her friend. Again, it's Mr. Tea. So she called him T. They're both teachers. So she's a teacher. We find out she's a teacher. And she's talking about her upcoming divorce. And T says that he's been tap dancing around the subject. Girl, when he said I've been tap dancing around that subject, like the damn Nicholas Brothers and Stormy Weather, I was like, that was good.
It's a lot
because we all seen that clip on social media of the Nicholas Brothers. they tap dance
and they be flipping and sliding.
Girl, I was like, that was good.
That was good. But she's trying to make excuses as to why she's not trying to get a divorce, and she's in denial. She's
heavily in denial.
Yeah, she's really in denial. And he's like, you haven't heard from him in months, and he ain't thinking about you. So she's just having to listen to the reality that he doesn't want her anymore.
Yeah,
but one thing I do love so far, they have had two examples of keeping it real. The first one was when Danger told her, you going through a divorce. Everybody's trying to tell her the truth. And one thing about people from Detroit, they do keep it real, and they will tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear, even if you don't want to hear.
That's true.
That's the truth.
Yeah. So details Diarra, her husband is not fighting for her. And she tells him that she thinks Swa is trying to figure out how to fight for her. Because like I said, she's just in heavy denial, y'all.
And he ain't trying to figure out nothing. Because it's been months. He said if somebody trying to figure out if they want to be with you, they figure that out the first night when they wake up and you're not there.
So next we see Diarra is in her house.
She's vaping.
And when we say that this show is just really, it's really good. So I'm going to post it, but this is the picture I was talking about.
Yeah.
Look at the colors. The colors, oh my God. I'm just in the textures of each, of everything. It's stunningly beautiful.
The editor is the bomb, because we know in film you have a thing called color correction, and we can develop and make the colors even more vibrant depending on the shot. So whoever did that, y'all did y'all thing.
Yeah.
But I love how they show her smoking the vaping pen, because it almost looked like a piece of art. It looked like a movie, it is.
And they did that after that one scene, the previous scene, when they was telling they was like weed is bad or whatever they said. And then they show her vaping, with cannabis.
Because they was teaching the children that wasn't good for them.
Right.
So yes. And so it also then it flashes back to a dinner party that she had with her husband. And he's saying how he's the breadwinner and she's the teacher, and it's a young lady sitting there and she's kind of like
So I said in that part they were showing us like how she was with him and how her husband is.
He's a little arrogant.
He's very arrogant because he said like you said, he makes the money and she's a teacher. So they were setting us up like, okay, this is the type of man that she was married to.
So she was kind of like the philanthropist type. He was with her because of she is an educated Black woman. She is a school teacher. She does help people, but that also helped his ego just a little bit. So the next thing we see is Diarra in school while children are fighting. Girl, this scene was so funny. Oh my God.
So it was this itty bitty. He was getting his butt beat by this big kid in his class, like husky. And so the little kid, because Diarra went over and pulled the big kid off of the little one. Mm-hmm. So, and she like pulled him like close, and they kind of like walked back. And the little guy, he got up and did like some type of karate move. And then he was trying to hit the bigger kid, but he hit Diarra right here.
His aim was a whole lot off.
He slapped the
He knocked the shit out of her. He didn't slap her. He knocked the shit out of her. But then the funny thing is, Diarra ends up in the principal's office, and the principal tells her, "You are doing way too much." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Do you not know that the teachers call you Captain Extra? Because you are extra. Because you're doing too much." And then the principal tells her that the rules mean don't touch the kids.
Don't touch the kids.
What's the second one?
3 rules.
Don't touch the kids. And the third one, don't touch the kids. Yeah. If the kids are getting into an altercation, you call security and blow the whistle.
Yep.
And wait for security to come. But you're not supposed to be in the mix at all.
So she didn't take that, because she didn't really take that lightly. She was just like, okay, but after she was like, so we're not supposed to do anything.
Because she's a hands-on teacher.
Yeah, and she cares about the kids. So, but I also see where the principal's coming from too, because that's supposed to be like I hate saying this, but that's supposed to be like a bad school.
Yes, she did. She made the point that it was like one of the lowest schools on the totem pole, and so they really don't. They care about the kids, but they really don't. They just are there, just going through the motions.
So next week,
then they show Diarra. She is in the car and she is not happy. She is ranting and she is listening to Eminem.
Yeah, and yeah. I put she is rapping along with Eminem aggressively.
Real aggressive.
She cussing, right? Because she said that she likes to tap into her inner white man aggression.
Yes,
when she's having a bad day, that's why she put on Eminem.
Right. So as she pulls up in her driveway and she's going in, a lady knocks on her window named Monty, and she asks her. She was like, "Will you please stop cussing?" Because she's with her daughter. She's like, "How the hell you gonna tell me not to cuss?
You taught me how to cuss."
And then you taught me how to cuss out the Arabic man at the store. You taught me how to steal. You taught me a whole lot of stuff. I dare you. And Moni's like, shh. And at first she's trying to keep her composure, and then she gets pissed, and then she starts cussing.
She did, right from her job.
Yes.
So Dee and Moni are arguing why Dee is trying to get into her house. So Moni said Danger told her and everybody on the block that she moved back, and half her house is dirty, y'all.
And she was like, "Your house is dirty. You need to clean it up." And
she's going through the divorce. Now, this is what Danger was telling everybody on the block. I'm like, men are so...
They are just as bad as we are. That's why there's a Mr. T in here, because we have to show that men know the tea sometimes more than women do. So she told her, "Take your ass in the house."
Right. And Marcia was like, "Clean your dirty house." No.
This is funny to me. So just like we often do. She's in her house. She's trying to wind down for the night, and she starts thinking about what happened. Like, this Negro just went around telling all my daggone business. I'm trying to be here low key. You done broke into my mama house. I didn't press charges and all this. And then you going to go around telling my business. So, of course, she going to feel like she a gangster boo. So she gets a big old object and she go over to Danger's house. She like, he going to give me some answers.
She goes over to Danger's house. He has a house full of guys. You can tell they into some stuff. Like they trapping and doing something. And so
this little fool answered the door talking about your beat. Somebody come and get your beat. Your beat is here.
And she recognized him because he used to be one of her students. I'm like, dang, when did she start?
Right. She was like, your little pissy behind. She said, it used to be smelling like pee all in the 3rd grade. And he was like, I thought you wouldn't remember now that I got my man hair, my facial hair. She's like,
I never forget a face.
I never forget a face.
So she is hot. So she's like, cussing out Danger pretty much. And then she takes the object that she had and she busts open his fish tank.
Because she wanted to show him that she meant
the
business.
Water went everywhere. And you see the camera pan to the fish that's out. She's like,
but baby,
somebody get the fish.
His boys were in the background sitting on the couch like, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? But she instantly did regret it. You could see it in her face. That's why she was like, pick up the damn fish. But when Danger is sitting there, he looking at her like he want to hurt her.
So
but
she went outside.
He's like,
she went outside and
she looked at her phone and she starts trying to think about if she's going to call her husband because she was having a moment for sure. And then Danger walks out and he tells her, "Oh, you lucky."
And she was on her. We can't forget this part. She was on her app, the Tinder app, and she sees a very nice looking man named Chris, and she hit the heart, I guess. 'Cause I don't do Tinder, and they matched. And then Danger comes out to the porch and was like, "Look, I'm gonna give you that one because you're going through something."
He's like, "And you lucky that I'm in therapy, because if I wasn't, because you can tell Danger ain't no joke."
Girl,
and he got love for her, but he was like, Danger confronted her and said, "You lucky that I'm going through therapy, and don't let the grapevine get you fucked up." Right. That's exactly what he said. Right. Just letting her know. Don't do it, sister girl. Right. So she goes home and she goes on the dating app and she meets up with that cutie Chris. Yes. And he is wait a minute though. Wait a minute before she did that. No. I just gotta say, when she saw his picture, he was God, yeah. I just had to insert. Woo! I was like, all right, Chris. Cut it up, Chris.
So she texts him, "Are you hungry?" And so they met up. It's the same night.
But she's so funny though, because her intentions were not pure.
Oh no, not
because at all. The spot that they went to, was a spot that her husband frequents with his friends and clients and all that, and she was really hoping that when she ran into somebody he knew or him,
she wanted to be seen out and about,
and she was fly. Yeah, she walked in with that little coat. I was like, all right, Jay, you better go on, girl.
She wanted to be seen. And so they went to the restaurant and everything. Like you said, she was fly.
Ooh. So she starts. So they sit down and she says, "Oh my God!" When she first sees him, she's like, "Oh my God, I done messed up," because she wasn't thinking nothing about her husband while she was looking at him. Because baby,
I wouldn't either,
baby.
Okay.
So then they start having these questions, and honey, she was drilling him like she was drilling for oil. When I tell you, she would not let up.
I mean, but you're supposed to.
I know, but she was going a little extra, because they do say that she extra. She was extra.
Yeah, she said that she's impressed that he looks like his picture, and she said she didn't expect that to happen. She said, "I thought you probably used a picture from 25 years ago."
And she said that, how old are y'all? You're only 33. Right. You say 25. He was 5.
And then she immediately asked him, when was his last HIV test? After she saw him, she wanted to do something.
She want to get fine. So then I love the fact that he told her, he was like, "I've dealt with a woman like you before. You want to be in control, but you being in control isn't going to make all the pain that you're going through go away." And I said, you better be got a little wisdom up in there. Then next, in between all these questions that she's asking, all they show is them kissing, hugging, and rubbing and thumping and
Oh yeah. So it was one of those scenes where, like you said, they're like getting to know each other, but they're making out and having sex.
They like mix like a montage of a whole lot. I like the way they did that though. Yes. And they show her with that back oiled on top with the covers moving. Bump, bump, bump. Okay. So she tells him that his eyes look very familiar.
Yeah. And that's all she said.
I bet you did. But she didn't say that thing felt familiar though. She's a little turned out. Right. Okay. So
and also, y'all, because this is like a film noir type of TV series, meaning that she's narrating in real time, like we can hear her thoughts. And of course, and she's like a detective or a PI, so that's what makes it film noir.
Yeah, she's very inquisitive. She's always trying to figure something out one way or the other. So she said,
in her narration, she said that she felt like herself, and she haven't felt that way in months, and she changed his name from Chris to Ambien.
I like how she said that after they had sex, that she enjoyed herself, and she did change his name in her phone. She said because he's like a drug baby, because she hadn't been asleep in months, but she went to sleep after that.
She went to sleep,
and she got a full 8 hours. She said she got a full 8 hours.
He put it on her. Yes. That's what they do. Ambien. Go ahead, girl.
So then she goes to the shop with Aja and she
She
starts
all
telling
dancing.
her.
She's all dancing with her glass of champagne. She is happy. She got some.
She got her. No, she didn't get some. She got that thing. Because she wasn't acting like that. Like, she forgot all about she was married. That's what she did. So she's going on and on about her exploits. And I was like, I got a customer. She's like, she under the dryer, girl. She can't hear nothing. I was like, okay.
So Aja is like, she's being a good friend. She was like, I don't know. He sounds like he could be like a serial killer, ex murder or something. Because, she just met him and she's already like falling for him. And we found out that Aja is actually her husband's cousin.
So. Right. So she told her, I am Team Diarra, but she also asked her, she was like, when's the last time did you see him? She was like, I just saw him the other day. She was like, but we were at our cousin's function or whatever, but I'm still Team Diarra. And so she tells her also that she's questioning her about Ambient Chris, and she's like, well, I don't have the best judgment, especially since I married your cousin.
Oh, girl,
said, you better tell it.
And remember, she was like, before, because when she said he was an axe murderer, he could be an axe murderer, and then D was like, you're right, because he is from the east side. Oh, see, I love that because we West Side girls,
and we do be thinking like that. we try to steer away from the east side. Nothing is wrong,
right? It's nothing wrong. It's just a little thing, east side, West Side thing,
It's just a Detroit thing. Yeah. What up, though? So then they show her waiting because she's waiting. She's like, we're going on a date tonight.
Yeah.
And she waited and she waited.
She texting.
Honey, she drinking wine. She
going.
And
food. How we do? Like, well, first we
are you okay?
Are you okay? And then like some time go by, you haven't heard. You're like, well, F you, nigga. You get mad.
She was trying to be really cool, but it's more of the disappointment that you're waiting on somebody and they don't show up and they don't even have the audacity to just call. Yeah. So she calls him and the phone goes straight to voicemail, and the voicemail is full, so that makes it even worse. And then they show her the next day talking to Mr. T, and he tells her that she's been ghosted.
Yeah, because and this is crazy. It reminds me of the teacher, because she's braiding a little girl's hair in her class.
She's not supposed to, because remember, she's not supposed to touch nobody.
Right. So Mr. T is at the door, like keeping a watch for the principal. And she's braiding hair. So like you said, T was like, you've been ghosted. And so the little girl was like, yeah, you were ghosted. She was like, shut up.
Right. Because I said at this point, it has been 5 days. He hadn't called her in 5 days. I'm like, the little girl, Wanda, she was like, she put in her 2 cents. So she going to pull out a coupon and say, here go a coupon to get waxed and get your nails done. Maybe that'll help. I said, these little kids be grown as hell, but she was telling the truth.
And so Mr. T made like a noise because the principal did come in. So, everybody, acted chill and cool and stuff. And then when she left, she went back to doing her hair.
So Diarra is obsessing over Chris. And she says that's the first time that she got a full 8 hours of sleep in months. And she starts stalking him. She like trying to figure out in her mind, where did he go?
So she thinks back, like he said he lived across the street from this
Mojo's
place. So where she take her friends? They went there.
So they go. Mr. T and Aja, they go to the Mofo restaurant.
They supporting the girl.
Gotta have your back. Now that's what a real friend is.
Yes.
And so when they get there, this black woman is dipping in their conversation. Right. So every time they say something, she's like, "Yep." She co-signing. I'm like, "Lady," I was like, "Good way to write your friend in."
And I like Aja. She was like, "Girl, you got us over here." She was like, because Aja's kind of like on the bougie side. Mm-hmm. Like, got us over here on the east side. She said, but this chicken is hitting though.
Right. She like, it's dirty in here. Then when she tastes the food, she was like, "Oh, I'm a regular now." She's like, "Woo." She's like, "I'll be here from now on." Because sometimes when you get them little dives, they be having the best food.
It can be a hole in the wall, but it gotta be. I can't see no bugs. It could be.
She didn't say that. It was just run out. Me neither, girl. Because if you see a bug, I'm out the door. I'm gonna spread. I'm gonna get some wings and fly away.
Right.
So she says she a regular, and she's Diarra is an overthinker, or not so much, but she starts replaying everything just over and over, trying to talk through every second that they were together. And she says the only strange thing that happened was it was a guy following them. She remembered that, and she said, and when he saw him, he confronted him, and the guy ran off.
And she said it was like he knew him. She said it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So D cuts. Oh wait, hold on.
So they didn't tell her. They tell her that she's in 3 Nile, that she's supposed to start that she's supposed to start dating to get over her husband. Instead, she's obsessing. And the crazy lady at the other table keep commenting on everything that they are telling her and saying, "Yep, you did get ghosted."
So everybody, even strangers, telling her you got ghosted. Girl, you got ghosted. Just accept that.
Yeah. And she says that after 5 years, she wasn't enough for her husband, and now after one night, she wasn't enough for Chris. But we have to stop doing that to ourselves, ladies, because that don't what one person do ain't got nothing to do with you. That's them.
So D, it just went D and Moni.
Yes. Her. So she goes home and she's her nemesis,
her Moni.
Frenemy. Moni is out with her husband and they're playing snowball fight with the kids and having a good time. And he looks at her, but she is like going through. She breaks something and she's like F, and then you can look at her face and see she's distressed. So Moni's husband says, "Go on over there, go talk to your girl." So she goes over there and she's jacking off, standoffish, like yes, and da da da. And then when she turns to walk away, she just breaks down.
Yeah, she just breaks down. She's like,
and I don't know what to do.
Right. So we see, it's at night at this point, right? So we see, Moni get out of the car because she went with D to go to Ambien, aka Chris's house, because again she said she knew where he stayed at this apartment across the street from the chicken place, so that's where they went. So when they were coming, about to go in. You know, it's like a buzzer.
It's looking real raggedy, boo. Because I don't know. Because if it had been me and you, I might have been like, I don't know.
I'd be like, Cam,
I'm pulling out the 4-5 because it looked real bad.
It very shady,
real bad. It looked like it was abandoned. Daggone it.
Yes. So a lady comes out. You know, so they go in, and they go to his apartment. It's dark as hell. She has like a little flashlight.
And the freaking door is open.
The door is open. She's calling for him, right? So she hears something.
Wait a minute. Moni tells her, "Hold on. I got mace. I got brass knuckles because we on the east side. I got a shank. Whatever you need. I got my taser. Let me know what's up." And she told her, "You know what? You stay right here at the front door." She was silly for that because I'd have been like, "Come on, Kay. Right. You got the stuff. Got the weapons. I ain't going in nowhere by myself in the dark. Okay." But she has her phone flashlight.
She does. So she hears a noise from his closet. She opens it and out pops out a
Russian man.
Russian white man. And he's like tied up, duct tape. So she cut the duct tape.
She pulls it off his face and she's like looking at him, and Moni like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Hand me the knife." So then she cuts him open and she's trying to ask him questions and he wasn't trying to tell her nothing. And then Moni says, "I don't know what kind of freaky stuff you into, but that little thing he got."
She said it's not enough for me to risk my. So
she said, "Girl, that white man." She said, Moni said she glad that the white guy was not Chris because he didn't have enough for nobody.
Right. So the man he runs out, but he drops something like a necklace or something like that, and she picks it up, and they go back home, and D.
Hold on, but Moni tells her, "I don't know what kind of weird sex shit that you into today, but I got a husband, bills, and kids, and I don't have time for this."
So she goes home, and some guy approaches her, and she's been served, and it was the divorce papers.
Yeah, and she was in total denial. She said that it really didn't matter why Ambient ghosted her, that she starts thinking back to the fight and conversation with a little boy and named Tyson, and she
the little
tells,
scrawny boy.
yeah, she tells him that she knows that he likes Wanda.
Yeah, because she begins to, because we at this point, because again they're setting this up.
She's
So
thinking
at
back.
this point, she's showing off of how skilled she is at solving problems and crimes and all that kind of
She
stuff.
turned into Daphne on Scooby Doo.
Right. So she put all of that together because she was like, hold up. So the girl you like is the little girl that she was braiding her hair.
But what it went back to was when Moni told her that she defended her because somebody was talking about her as a child earlier in the other scene. And then that's what made her remember that Tyson had to be defending somebody. And who was it? They showed Wanda walk by with her hair messed up. So she figured.
Because the bigger boy called her like nappy head or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, she's cute, whether her hair is done or not.
Right.
So she's putting everything together. We're seeing her put things together. And the little scrawny boy, he was looking inside like a karate class because he didn't have enough money to take the classes. So he learned a few little moves about watching them. And that's how he,
because his mom was getting her nails done. Because his mom was getting her nails done at the shop next door, so that's where he was thinking he was the Karate Kid.
Yes, and he got the coupon and he put it in the little girl's locker, and that's when the little girl, gave it to Dee.
Yeah.
So she figured all that out. So we know that she's good at solving problems. Yeah, that's what they wanted to convey.
Right, and so then they show her at the post office.
Yes.
So Diarra sees she's in line doing her thing or whatever, and then she looks over and she sees a flyer of a little
missing flyer.
Yeah, she sees a flyer of missing Chris when he was little. The picture of him, and she looks at the
it says
age progressive. Yeah, the age progressive, and she's like, "That's
Ambien."
She was like, "I know him."
So she believes. Feel like that.
That's
she
him.
believes that the little boy that they were talking about in the beginning, Deontay Brooks, who was missing since he was like 10 or something like that. She believes that Chris, aka Ambien, is that person.
So it's an older lady, and she sees her looking at the flyer, and she goes, "His mama keep putting them things up every week, trying to throw off the trail, even all these years later. That she knows she killed that little boy." And the air was like, he was eating my
right. She's like, how can she kill him when he was eating
my last Friday night? And she was like, oh. And then you hear the little meme in the background of the guy saying, people need to mind their own damn business. And so she alludes to, maybe I should mind my own damn business, but she just couldn't let it go.
Yeah, she couldn't let it go. So it goes. They show the title, Diarra from Detroit, and then they show a scene of of Chris walking down the street looking at his phone, and some men grabbed him and threw him in the truck.
Yeah, she was texting him, and he was actually
about to text her back. He couldn't send it.
And they snatched him
up. And one of his Jordans was left in the snow.
Yep.
And that's how it ended, y'all.
Yes. And we were like, no, save Chris.
Right.
So we thought that this was an excellent, excellent, excellent first episode. And we are looking so forward to the next one. And then Kay and I were having a moment, and we were like, what if every guy that ever goes to you got kidnapped? No. I like how she put that twist, because it is possible. We never know what happens to people. So sometimes just reach out just in case.
Yeah. And you know what? The show got picked up because she showed the series at one of the film festivals. I forget which one.
Yeah, it was recently.
Mm-hmm. And and BET Plus got it.
So you never know who's gonna pick up your work. So keep at it, filmmakers.
Keep creating. Okay, because your day will come soon. It's like ours, right?
So thank you for joining us on the recap of Diarra in Detroit and Clink. And remember, subscribe, share,
like the video. If you don't do anything else, just like that video. but we also do want you to subscribe. And just so you know that we have we drop these episodes on Tuesdays, the recaps, and we drop our sipping chats where we talk about any and everything, honey. We drop those on Thursdays generally, and we'll have our own stuff in between.
Yes, and go to our channel, and I promise I'm going to do a better job at putting my content on because Kay has been doing an excellent job getting hers on. I have to catch up. So I'm off the next couple of days, so I got to catch up.
Right.
But we so enjoy you sharing our lives with us and getting to know us better. So again, go to allthingscamandk@gmail.com. If you have any comments, can they still go to SpeakPipe?
Yep. Go to, if you want to leave an audio message for us so we can play on the show, go to speakpipe.com/Cam&K. Okay. All right, y'all.
And until next time.
Bye.
What up, though, Diarra in Detroit? Yes.